Greetings.
Greetings.
Yes, hello. Hello. And welcome to the Voices from Behind podcast. The podcast
Whoa.
where every week we have technical difficulties or homely technical difficulties of many, many varieties that I will be getting into in a bit. In the meantime, this is the podcast where every week we talk about films and other things related to that, or maybe not. We don't know. We kind of don't know where this is going anymore.
No one knows.
It has become its own thing. I'm the host. The name of who has the name of Evo. With me is a co-host who somehow stole my name, and
I stole nothing. Excuse me?
he
Stole
asked
your fucking face.
you stole my name. You stole my name. So you can see what film we're going to talk about at the end of the near the end of the show, which is up on the screen. Also, because it's now December 1st, starting for the 4 weeks of December, we will be discussing Christmas movies.
Yes. Yes, we are.
As the season dictates. But first, we're gonna casually just go over what we did during the week. We're gonna talk about some news. There is some of it this week, not a lot, but enough to throw shade at Google Stadia once again.
Sure. I'll go with that one.
In the meantime, sir, care to tell me how your week went? What did you do over this week?
Oh, I'm so fucking tired. I am absolutely fucking blasted. And I don't know why I'm blasted. Mostly because of reasons. It's just, don't ask. But on the plus side, see, apparently, my mother asked me to get her stuff before when I get back home.
Okay.
It's nothing much. It's like she wants those Christmas the stuff that the Christmas toys, I guess, that you usually see in the Manchester Christmas market. So I went a couple of times to Manchester. Last one was yesterday. I bought the stuff, but I also bought myself a shit ton of books because of course. And every time I walk into and they see my fucking balance, they're like, that's an impressive number. I'm thinking, it used to be much higher.
I spent it. I spent parts of my balance, sir.
I spent parts of my balance on fucking math books, which I got a couple of them again, because why not? In other news, I've also started reading The Wheel of Time. About fucking time I started doing that one.
Wheel of Time, that was who wrote that one again?
Jordan. His pseudonym, because he's using a pseudonym, is give me a second. Robert Jordan. That's his pseudonym. His real name I can't fucking remember.
Wheel of Time.
Yeah, and believe it or not, there is a game based on.
Oh, it's Brandon Sanderson.
No, that's the last book that's written by Brandon Sanderson.
All right. Who's Robert Jordan then? James Oliver Rigney.
Trust me, he has a very interesting story. I suggest people look into that one. It's honestly much more interesting than the books when you think about it.
Huh.
Yeah. Then again, it's 13 tomes when the last tome, because he died before he could write it, was written by Brandon Sanderson. They split it into 3 books.
Oh, I see.
But it's good. I also got myself a couple of Stanisław Lem books, because of course, why not? I'm gonna get some fucking Stanisław. And a couple of math books.
You've bought math books? No.
Yeah. Why not? It's usually much fun.
Isn't Stanisław Lem the Solaris person?
Yes.
Oh, yes, the Solaris person, yeah.
I got Solaris as a book, so yeah. But besides the point, I also watched 21 Bridges.
Oh, the one with Mr. Black Panther with
Oh yeah. Do you want to summarize the movie?
Bad.
No. Listen, after last week's movie, I could literally just watch for an hour and a half people smearing shit all over the wall and still think it's good. Just let's bear that one in mind. No, this is Chadwick Boseman. Sorry,
Chadwick Boseman, yeah.
Sorry, Boseman. That's how you should pronounce it, because of course you need to pronounce it like you're having a seizure or coughing. he's doing the best Liam Neeson impersonation done not by Liam Neeson. It is legitimately a Liam Neeson away from being a Liam Neeson movie. Because, also the fact that it's not coming out late January, early February, Neeson season. But
it's Neeson season.
That shit, even after all those years, still fucking applies. It is legitimately Neeson, but it's a decent movie. It's a bit, it's honestly, it is dumb, but it's dumb for a good reason. And I didn't hate anything much about it. It's the same fucking shit all over again. Like this is legitimately just a shitty Liam Neeson movie where the supposed plot twist is delivered in a Liam Neeson style. Also, his character is legitimately just Liam Neeson, but done by a black guy. Just take it whatever the fuck you want from that one.
Huh.
I don't hate it. It was shot more competently than Liam Neeson's, last 50 fucking movies.
Oh, never forget and always remember Liam Neeson jumping a fence.
That's not jumping a fence. That's a fucking offense.
I think it's not jumping a fence. It's an offense. Yeah, that's a.
Yeah.
It's an offense.
Exactly. It's actually pretty well shot. Most of the action sequences and the chase scenes were really well directed because you could tell exactly what the fuck was going on, and there wasn't too much shaky cam, and it's not the annoying shaky cam. Thank fuck for that one. Yeah, I don't know. I was kind of surprised. It's not like it's a smart movie or anything. It never fucking pretends to be anything different, but it still is a typical crime genre. You know what that reminds me of? 21 Blocks. Now that I think about it.
21 blocks?
Was it 20?
Isn't that 16 blocks?
Something like that.
With Bruce Willis.
Yeah, this is the one that 16 blocks when they're running away, because corrupt cops and stuff.
Film unfolds in the real-time narration method. Its donors found a directorial effort as he retired the same year as the film released. Bruce Willis is an alcoholic, burnt out NYPD detective despite a late shift the night before. His lieutenant orders him to escort a witness from local custody to the courthouse 16 blocks away to testify in a police corruption case. Exactly. Yeah, except this one is where they have to find a killer, isn't it? The new one?
No. Listen, it's a little bit different because it's the story progresses the same way that 16 Blocks did, and it's also the slow realization of the main character played by Bruce Willis in 16 Blocks and by Chadwick, my friend, by Black Panther himself, the chaddest of them all, in the 21 Bridges, and the difference is that in one case Bruce Willis is just a fuck up. He's a fuck up. In this case, the Chad himself is the smartest guy around.
Yeah, he's like they call him the murder hunter or something, isn't it? Yeah.
No, he's the cop killer.
I never freeze.
Yeah, but it's done really well. It's in a sense, he's not only he also gets played along because he's still slowly piecing things together. He's not like immediately he's like, oh, this is wrong, and everybody's like, yeah, no shit. I mean, we know, but he doesn't, and he pieces it slowly together. And when he pieces everything together, it makes sense to him because now he finally understands everything. It's actually done pretty well. And I do like the movie. It's not too amazing. It's something that you could watch just once in your entire life and never fucking watch it again. But it's never a bad watch.
Okay, so it's actually a decent time.
Yeah, no, I expected much fucking worse.
Huh.
I not gonna lie. I expected much fucking worse. I can spoil the whole story, but it doesn't fucking matter.
No, don't spoil it. Let people go see it.
I mean, of course it's fucking New York, so it's gonna be corrupt cops. That's like the fucking
obvious. No, that's more than obvious. But I'm guessing. So you recommend people go see it then? Give this movie their money.
Yeah, especially in the beginning scene, because when the shooting starts, really well done. I mean, I got some couple of fucking questions about some of the things, but it's still well done. And you can see that the people who do the gun work do know how to handle a gun, which is fucking rare these days.
Well, that's something to do with the film I'm gonna give it for next week. So
I know which movie you're gonna give me.
Which one? Which one?
You're gonna give me Die Hard 2.
Nope.
Oh, wow.
Nope. Still a
It's
Christmas
already-
movie where
already good.
where it has some of the most realistic gun handling in a film ever. So
I mean, fair enough. I mean, whatever. Outside of that, I mean, currently it's Steam Autumn Sale, mid fucking December. Sorry, beginning of December, whatever.
oh, it's a Black Friday thing, isn't it?
No, it started beforehand. And here's the thing: I'm planning on getting a couple of games after the stream's over.
Okay.
Which reminds me,
Yes.
last week,
Yes.
I always fucking forget to tell you're wrong. You're so fucking wrong
I'm wrong?
every time. Yes, because Duke Nukem Forever is not on Unreal 3. It's on Unreal 1.
Oh, it's an original Unreal, is it?
Yes, every time. And I was like, I remember the last time. Now I remember it again. I'm like, just what?
It's running on Unreal Engine.
Yeah, it's the original Unreal. This is not free. This is the original Unreal.
Well, no, original Unreal is what Unreal Tournament ran on, and that was way different.
Well, sure, because they're using a specific build, which I'll get into. You remember Shadow of Mordor, the game?
Yes.
It's
That's
running
on Unreal.
No,
on
that's on
Havoc?
Lift. No, it's on Lifttech. Lifttech, yeah, Lifttech. Lifttech is an engine that No One Lives Forever 2 ran on, if I remember correctly. It's a 2002 engine.
Oh yeah, Lift Tech.
It's that ass old engine.
Well, actually, you know, speaking of engines and games running on archaic things that shouldn't be running on, do you know what Human Revolution runs on?
Oh, isn't Human Revolution also running on Lifttech?
Let me double check. Human Revolution.
It's either that or Havoc. I'm not sure.
No, Human Revolution runs on. The engine is basically what was used for one of the Tomb Raider games.
Oh, you mean the original ones?
Yes.
Or you mean Dark? Yeah, no, it's fair. I mean,
basically, it's what they used for one of the Tomb Raider games, but they like fucking modded it so hard.
well, yeah,
It was basically beyond the breaking point at one point.
Well, yeah,
It's got it to work.
Lifttech, because the original Fear game ran on the Lifttech as well. Fear
Yeah,
1
it's a
wasn't.
modified Crystal engine, which is basically part of Crystal Dynamics, which is what they use for some of the original Tomb Raiders.
Which means that I presume you already finished the early access version of Wrath Eon.
I am nearly done with the thing. Yeah,
How the fuck are you done? This game is like
with the forest.
3 hours.
I know, but
Maya.
I haven't. You know,
It's literally shorter than level 1. It has less enemies, and I'll get to it. You know, it's technically...
Yep, it's called the Crystal Tools engine. It's what FF 2009 2013. Let me just. I want to see what games are on this thing because it's the funniest thing ever. Okay, Final Fantasy. Some of the Final Fantasy games. Dragon Quest is on it. Final Fantasy 13 is on it, and obviously Deus Ex is on it.
Oh yeah, because they licensed the game, so obviously every Square Enix game should be running on it because it's fucking cheaper that way. But besides the point, Wrath on the Ruins is not running exactly on the Quake 1 engine. It's a specific build of the Quake 1 engine called Dark Temples or something. It's I think the closest way to explain it is a limit removed version of the engine. Dark something. I remember it was Dark something. And you can attest how fucking good the
Dark
game
Temple.
looks like. Oh yeah, you can attest how fucking good the game looks like. Holy
The game,
shit.
and what also helps with that is some of the animations are, well, not lifted, but are very close to, you know, the way in Doom 2016, the way the weapons pop out when you swap around from them.
Yeah, but that's old. That's from fucking Duke Nukem.
No, but
I'm
this game is almost the exact same sort of animations.
Because from the Duke Nukem one. Don't you know that Doom 2016 was Duke Nukem Forever on steroids? Everything that Duke Nukem Forever did, Doom did better. Duke Nukem Forever had execution ones that were slower and usually had that didn't have invincibility frames on them in Duke Nukem Forever. You had a lot of shit. The steroids were basically the Berserk It's exactly
Wait,
the
Duke
same fucking
Nukem
game.
Forever didn't have invincibility on the
Yeah, it
executions?
did.
Oh, it
Yeah,
did?
it did have
Okay.
it. It did. I think it was one of the first games that had it at the time. I mean, probably not, but I kind of maybe because no, Bulletstorm was also a game beforehand. But Bulletstorm was not exactly executions; it was basically combo kills because you couldn't
Yeah.
execute people because they didn't start glowing.
Is Bulletstorm
So
available on Steam?
yeah, but don't fucking buy it.
Why? I kind of enjoyed playing it ages ago.
Don't give Randy money. How
Oh, is
many
it
times?
Randy? No, it's Cliffy
Oh,
B. It's not Randy.
I don't know. It's Randy. Cliffy B
Oh,
worked for him at the time.
developers, Epic Games. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh yeah, I
No,
remember.
I wanted to play Bulletstorm.
Which the other thing that's really interesting about the whole fucking thing is that the enemy designs. I mean, by the end of the fucking level, I was fucking fed up because the game can be thick at times. It can give you some really fucking nasty
We're talking about
traps.
Wrath, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah.
some really fucking nasty traps. I mean, it's not nasty, it's just fucking annoying because at the end I was running in. Every fucking encounter I had was having like 15 fucking heretics, and I was like, fucking stop them, just
Which
fucking
one?
stop them.
No,
The flying cat.
my favorite one. I'm up to the point now where you go down this temple in the jungle, and all of a sudden a fucking executioner jumps from around the corner with like 30,
Yeah, no.
with like 20 dudes in the background shooting at you, and another like and a bunch of hit scanners, and I'm like,
You're pretty much at the end of the level.
yeah, well, I'm like, well, this game just decided to fuck me in the ass, didn't it?
Well, I mean, it's not really hard. The game itself is not hard. It's a lot hampered by the fact that we have limited tools at our disposal to shoot with, which is a big issue, especially because the best weapon to deal with the heretics is the grenade launcher, and you have to land them perfectly, and that's really fucking difficult.
Talking about the Kakudemon boys, right?
Yeah, because they're
Yeah,
literally the same
it's
fucking
either
design.
2, 3, or 4 depending on how you hit them, and it's
Actually,
you have to
it's
lob
not,
it proper.
sorry, it's 2 on the highest difficulty which I played on, but they're not Kaku demons basically because the design is the same as the pain elementals from Doom 64. Just look at it.
I will look at it. Pain Elemental Doom 64.
Doom 64 pain elemental.
Holy shit.
It's exactly the same one.
Well, I mean, artistic liberties, but yeah, they're very close.
Just put them on screen. I mean, it's the same because they have
on the screen. That's not a problem. Bear with me.
Because Doom 64 pain elementals have 3 mouths. Because of course they have fucking 3 mouths. Why the fuck not? And the rough Eon ones also have Eon of Ruin, Heretic. I don't know what they call heretics though.
Save this now, aren't I? Okay.
Kinda.
Okay.
Unless you have a share screen. Then you have on your own OBS.
Oh yeah, I can just share my screen. Duh.
Idiot. No.
Okay, so, and I'm gonna get this. So I'm getting Pain Elemental Doom 64. I'm getting a Wrath.
Yeah, and here. Oh wait. Wrong one. Yeah.
Okay. Oh god,
Wake
that's
me
a
up.
loud truck. Wake me up inside.
Wake me up. Copy.
Okay, there we go. So now I have both open, and I can show them on the screen. Just so people kind of get the idea what we're talking about. Come on, buddy. Come on. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. So, what Eva was saying was transition. So they're on the screen now. As you can see, this is the Pain Elemental from Doom 64. This little sprite right here that is on the screen. That was the Doom 64 one, which is a pretty good design. But then when you go to the Heretic, I mean, obviously they're kind of different.
It's exactly the same. I mean,
well, no, these guys actually have 3 heads connected to each other, and they have 1, 2, 3, 4, like 7 eyes. Well, this guy has the 1 eye in the middle and the 2 mouths.
the same. It's actually 3 mouths because the one that opens as well in the middle. Because
Oh,
that's also
yeah,
a mouth.
that's claws and stuff, isn't it? Well, yeah,
No,
I
that's
mean,
actually a mouth.
no, no.
It's
What I'm saying is,
yeah.
you can tell where they drew inspiration from.
It's the weirdest thing. I saw them for the first time. I was like, "What? I know this. What? Is it weird that we just spoke about Doom 64 like a week ago?
Yeah, it's
No,
kind of strange, isn't it?
no, no, it isn't. But the game runs really fucking well.
Yes.
On every actually level I got above 50% secrets, and on some levels I saw the secrets, but I didn't know how to get to them.
Yeah, there's ones that are like either super high or super low, and you're like, am I jumping that? Am I using an engine
Well,
exploit? What am I doing?
no, see, the one that I remember closely that I tried to do like for fucking 20 minutes and I gave up. You know when you enter the first time in the Maya, the big open area with the trees and shit.
Yes.
On the left there is a sticker that's basically dark armor. Above it there is
Yes.
above it there is an alcove, and the alcove has a power up. And here is the weird part. I figured out that you have to go to the right and jump a little bit to the left and up, but I could never land the fucking jump on the first drop properly.
There's a bit where you can even get up like on the second level where all the little wooden bridges are around the trees. You can.
Yeah.
I know for a fact that you can do it from one of the lower bits because there's a bunch of like platforms that like sort of point up, and when you do the right click on the sword, it should like propel you forward, but it never got it to work. So there are. I'm guessing there's more than one way to do it, which is really good about the game. But we need to
I'll
figure
see
it out.
if someone, yeah, I'll see if someone figures it out because it's. I honestly, I just tried. I couldn't get it to work. I guess I'm jumping the wrong way because maybe it's a brave jump, but I could never actually take on the rock itself. It's really fucking annoying. Also, here's the weird part.
Yes.
You know, I played the game on the last difficulty. I never actually fucking used any of the power-ups. I don't even know what the fuck they do exactly.
Power-ups?
Oh yeah, you know I know the vampire one.
The life leech one is depending on how much damage you do. That's how much HP you get back. And I've not used the other ones to tell you. So
the other one I remember is you sacrifice HP, but you become immortal. How much HP? How immortal? For how long? I have no fucking
What's
idea.
the deal with the relics? Do you put the relics somewhere, or are they just in your inventory?
See, it's the same way as you use the soul tethers. So the soul tethers are basically your autosave function. There's 3 ways to play the game. Either you start the level from the beginning every time
And find checkpoints.
Or you find shrines, which are 1 or 2 at a level at best.
Yes.
Because I think in the shrine there's only 2, and in the other one's like 3. But you know, and you start from there. And the other one is the soul tethers. Soul tethers are basically random drops. And I personally feel there's too many of them because even if I started using them, I just never fucking found them.
I think I used them maybe twice, and one time I used it just before a checkpoint because I didn't know there was a checkpoint there.
That's also, but the game literally gives you way too many, so it doesn't fucking matter. It really doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
And the way you use them is like you press your middle mouse button, then you go into the menu. You hold it
down, and it does like a little slowdown, yeah.
And you need to select it, then you need to press now. And there is a little bit of delay when you auto-save in the game. I don't know about the other ones, but there is a little bit of delay. That's kind of annoying. And the only one is because further in the Maya, you're kind of required to use the breathe underwater for a long time. You kind of require. This is the only one I actually ever use. You are required. It's impossible otherwise to pass it without taking damage. It's too much. And this is kind of the lineup of all the powers that we get through the first 2 episodes.
Yeah.
But as far as I've read, as far as I understood, because I haven't replayed the game yet, you're not hard set at starting the graveyard first. You can do the Maya first.
No, you can do the Maya first, yeah. That's what I nearly did, but I thought, fuck, I'll do the graveyard because it seems like bigger.
Yeah, and it scales differently, and you get different enemies and stuff, and you also get the proper weapons for you to do the fights. Because you can't fucking start the Maya. Let's say, for example, the Maya's level 2 if you play it.
Yeah.
And then you go immediately after to play 2, because you'll probably not be able to fucking pass.
No, you won't. You will need to be in the graveyard first to actually get pretty much all the base weapons from there.
Yeah, and this is not what they're aiming for, because we know that for a fact there's going to be 6 episodes, I think. 6 different levels.
Right. There's the first 2. There's the graveyard and the mire. Then there's one up above. There's one down below.
See, no, because you need to go down after you complete the episode and put the appropriate rune in its place in the middle part.
Is that how
There
you
is
do it?
the-
Because I tried to go in there and
You
it
need
did
to
the
you need
tower
you need to
relic
find
and it never worked.
because you need to find the proper one and press the use key. It's a bit awkward. That part's a bit awkward.
Okay, I'll have to
But-
go back then.
Yeah, well, it doesn't really matter. I guess it matters after you finish the game. When the whole game comes out and every episode's out, because you need to open it for the last level. I think. I'm not sure this is going to be the last level. I think
Well, it seems like it would make the most sense, wouldn't it? Because it seems like there's all the six portals converging in the middle. So
I will be honest with you. I think that they're going to pull off the rug on us on this one. This is going to be just the first fucking chapter, with 4 more to go. This is three more to go. I don't know why.
we're not going to have to pay for them, right? We've paid him once. We don't have to pay again.
I mean, I don't know. It depends on how fucking Three Realms does things, because I know that Three Realms are currently in the middle of a lot of bullshit,
That's a good point.
and they might have be forced to, which I'm fine, because if they continue working like they have up until now, I don't mind it. These people have rebounded from the dead. They have restarted a lot of good things, and they've released a lot of good stuff over the years now.
Yes.
With Iron Fury, with this, and a couple other ones. What was it? Not Duck Dodgers. Some 2D platformer. It's a bit weird one. But I know that there is also, I think, an ongoing spat between them and Randy.
No
Fuck
shit.
you, Randy. Yeah, it's over. Guess what's it about? Just take a wild guess. Which fucking franchise it is?
Duke Nukem.
Oh, of course. Because why not? Apparently, like I said, there's a lot of shit going on behind the scenes. Apparently, we don't know about, and that's fair. And I just hope that it's all the best. I mean, you know that THQ Nordic came up after THQ fucking bankrupted and died, and had some of the best games.
Oh, they brought out
THQ
Bombshell as well.
Oh yeah, but don't play Bombshell. Bombshell is garbage.
It's not great, yeah. Unfortunately, it's
Well,
basically what Ion Fury is.
Not
but worse.
Not exactly. Bombshell was the first entrance of Bombshell. I fucking forgot her name. God, what the hell's wrong with me?
Oh yeah, Bombshell, the one that just. I remember seeing the trailer for this and going, "Is this a fan game?"
Yeah, it didn't look good. What was her name? Bombshell. Oh, Bombshell Sally? No.
Bombshell Shelly.
Shelly. Which Sally? Okay, I'm sorry.
It's Bombshell Sally. All
Which,
I gotta do is ride around.
And you know what the most funny thing is?
No.
She is canonically connected to Duke Nukem.
Yeah, there's something they've got to get. Also, Prey is them. They published by 2K but developed by 3D.
Yeah, I mean,
Which is the 06 Prey any good? Do you know? I've never played it. 2006 Prey.
I actually beat it. It's not a bad game.
Is it? Because it says survival horror and it's got RPG elements.
No,
so.
bullshit. That's bullshit. It's basically an FPS with an interesting twist because they use a lot of gravity and switching around where you have to actually think a lot as to how you approach fights. It's not like back in the day. This was actually pretty okay. Right? Nowadays, it's not special. It's not amazing, but it's fine. It's not great. It's just fine.
Oh, and they were licensing Shadow Warrior as well. The 2013 one.
That would explain some of the things. Yeah, I mean that's fair because those originate their games. They should make their games. But I remember because when they went under, people bought some of the IPs back. They bought some of their IPs. Like fucking Rando got Duke Nukem, and we all know how that.
And Prey 2 getting cancelled as well, which
so good.
It had one of the best trailers I think I've ever seen for a game.
Yeah. It looked so good. They actually had an idea. I mean, I guess they
had like working prototypes back in the day for one of the E3s. I remember watching it going. But,
I mean, in all honesty, it reminds me a lot of Cyberpunk.
Yes, it does. Except it's not exactly on Earth. It's like in space and shit. But
yeah, I mean, if this came out back in the day, I guess 3D Realms would probably just fucking get it, just kill it, just probably around the best developers. But you know, shit happens.
Speaking of that, opinions on Prey 2017.
Garbage, complete fucking garbage. I'm sorry.
It Garbo?
I mean, I'm sorry. I've played this System Shock 2 to my heart's desire. I'm not replaying a fucking shittier, more expensive
crappy version. Prey 2017, because it looked good. It looked like it had some decent ideas in it, but obviously...
Listen, after Bioshock, they just went hard trying to copy System Shock. It's just this. As much as I fucking despise Bioshock, at least Bioshock had some original things in it, like the themes and everything else. Oh, this one didn't have.
Well, if you want, it's $4.99 on Steam right now. So
They can suck my dick.
You can 75% off for those that are interested.
I'm actually getting a couple of other games which are more important to me.
Promotion ends in 43 hours.
Bullshit. Then again, I mean, I don't know, it's weird stuff. I also tried to replay fucking Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic.
Because we talked about it last week.
No.
Well, because we mentioned Star Wars last week, but
I mean, the thing is, it's like I want to play another game like this, but I can't. But I can't rack my brain for one of them. I just can't. So I'm sitting there going like, yeah, fuck it. If I can't figure it out, I just go to the original one.
This is Morgan.
I can't get it to run. I just can't.
Oh, sorry. This, for some reason, the trailer for Prey started up and it just went.
And I'm kind of pissed because the game is really good and I just want to replay it again, but apparently I can't fucking replay it again.
You can run KOTOR. The GOG version works.
I don't want to pay again for the same product I have on Steam.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's one of the most annoying things. Secondly, as far as I read, because it doesn't have a stable build. It's basically guesswork you have to run like a fan-made checklist of things that might help you with specific issues, but it's not fucking guaranteed it's gonna help you. And you're sitting there going like, what? Because here's the thing: the game starts. I get to the first loading screen before the menu starts, and then it's a black screen, and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Well, if you do decide to get it on GOG, it's like $269. It's not even expensive right now. They're both 1 and 2 are $269 each.
I actually managed to get to run properly without much stuff to do, although I had to enable VSync.
You have to enable VSync.
Oh yeah, otherwise it's so weird because the games are old. They're really old.
Yeah, they're old.
And they run on very weird tech. And with very weird stuff. It's actually properly explained as to why. So sometimes you need to do stupid shit like this so that it bypasses some of the other shit that the most modern cards and processors cannot fucking comprehend because they never had the built language to help them make sense of what the fuck this shit is.
Yeah.
So you literally needed to do stupid shit to make it the other actually good shit and fucking function properly because it wasn't functioning properly because nothing was able to do it.
Anyway, because I'm on GOG right now. Unreal Tournament 2004, Unreal Gold, Unreal 2 Awakenings are all 79 pence each.
See, no, because Awakenings is garbage. It go suck a dick because you get the franchise.
Well, get 2004 then.
It's still not good.
It's Unreal 2 Tournament 2004. What do you mean it's not good?
It's against bots. I'm bored playing against bots.
We can play one-on-one. Just you and me.
Yeah.
We'll just run the forget the name of the map, the one that has the sniper at the top, and it's like 3 tiers.
I know which one you're talking about.
With a little lake in the middle.
It's in space and it's boring as shit because I don't know. I want to play it against bots and just fucking camp with a sniper rifle and just do that and to capture the flag. So usually the bots don't do shit.
Just headshot everything from up above.
Yeah, but it's captured the flag, so Team Deathmatch the rules don't apply, so you kind of have hard set of not doing it. Kind of boring.
Kind of loses interest, like not interest, but like you end up losing. You just can't be asked at one point. Have you done anything else? Anything else interesting during your week?
I found a good Pokemon clone for PC. It's in early access. It's actually pretty decent.
It's turn-based. You know what I'm like with turn-based games.
Yeah, you're garbage at them because you can't fucking spend 2 minutes to think about strategically about stuff.
No, it's not you're strategically thinking about it. It's not my style of game. I just don't,
No, that's it. Because you're not currently playing fucking Disco Elysium, one of the best games this year.
Again, is it turn-based? If it is, Evo doesn't care.
It's not just listen. It's even better than that. It's CRPG. It's choice matters. It's a story rich. It's a detective and it's an RPG. It's really good. It's actually really good. Came out of fucking nowhere. Probably should be game of the year right now.
There are 2 games that I've played that are turn-based and I've thoroughly enjoyed. One was XCOM, which is exactly turn-based, and Fallout 2. So,
Meh.
go
It's
figure.
just meh. It's just like this game is actually pretty good. I'd suggest you play it. It's really fucking good. I suggest anyone to go and check it out. It's really good.
What's the name? Disco Elysium. Yes, it's currently right there. It's the very first game on the GOG store, and it's 20% off right now.
Yeah, it's really fucking good. You should.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
You should. It's really fucking good.
Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Game of the Year Edition, $4.49.
No, thank you. Todikins do not get my money. Not today.
I even Todikins. Fuck, I can't. Pathologic 2 is £19 right now.
Nah, I have the different game I'm gonna get for £19.
It's a lot of games here. There's way too many games. But yeah, the KOTORs are $2.69 each. So if you want to get either of those, and because they're on GOG, you know for a fact that they're going to work. Because that's the one good. Sunless Skies is $9.49 on GOG as well. Anyway, this Monday just gone.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, this Sunday just gone. So last Sunday, I put wash on. I was like, I'm gonna wash my clothes because I need clothes, to function like a normal human being.
Just buy new ones. Just buy new
clothes, yeah. Don't wash the clothes, buy new ones. And at one point, my washing machine just stopped. I'm like, what's going on? Let me just reset it. And reset it, press start again. I come back. It's finished. Obviously, it says it's blinking. It's, beeping. It says, oh, I've ended it. Open me. And I go to open the machine, but I couldn't open it. So I forced it. Nothing happened. Tried it a bunch again. Nothing happened. Clicked it again. Nothing happened. I'm looking at it. There's no water in there. Why is it, why is it like that? So I then switched it off from the socket completely, which obviously lets it open. I open it. And I'm like, why does it stink so bad here? Turns out I had a blockage in my sink that I didn't know anything about. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna like, I'm going to clickety-clack here, and I'm going to take all these clothes out. Oh, shit, there's a massive puddle at the bottom of my washing machine. Okay, put them back in, put them on a drain, on a drain cycle. Not drain, but, put them on a spin cycle. At that point, my sink fills up with water almost completely. Like, oh, this is...
You spin me right round, baby,
like,
right
this
round.
isn't right. Like, hello, people at agency, please come fix machine. So on Wednesday, this guy comes up, and he's like, he looks at the machine, tries it once, and he goes, yep, you need a plumber for this. Oh, fuck. Okay. Thursday, the plumber comes, fixes it. Yay. I now don't have to worry about my washing machine freaking out on me. I come back from Edinburgh last night. I'll tell you about Edinburgh as well, but I come back from Edinburgh last night. I'm like, I'm going to put the, I'm going to put the heating on because I've not been home 2 days. It's cold in the flat. It's like -6 outside. And I switched the boiler back on because I had it switched off while I was away. And from being at like 1.3 of bars of pressure, it shoots up to like 2.8. I'm like, oh. Maybe I'll just casually sort all this out. I'll put the radiators on full blast. I'll run the hot water for a bit, and maybe the pressure will even itself out. Nope, the pressure shot up to 3.2. So I'm there like, I'm gonna have to bleed my radiators. Oh wait, these radiators need keys to bleed. So I had to kill the gas completely, switch off the boiler, and just before we started the podcast now, That's why I didn't start earlier, because I was fiddling with it still. Because I found all the controls. I managed to like take the panel off the front and see all the valves and all that kind of shit. However, a pressure relief valve does not exist on this boiler, or is hidden somewhere. Which means that tomorrow I have to get up in the morning and run like to B&Q or something and get some keys to fix my basically just bleed the radiators and make sure that they're all the pressure is relieved from the system before I can even like switch it back on.
See, this all sounds like you needed to call a plumber. Why didn't you do that?
That's what I did, but the plumber just came to sort out the sink, and the boiler was at working absolutely fine. And then I was gone for 2 days, and I had it switched off, because why would it be on when I'm here, wasting gas and or electricity and whatnot. And I come back, I switch it back on, and it just goes...
Sounds good, man.
Sounds like a really good time. But anyway, I went to Edinburgh for 2 days. Don't go to Edinburgh during the Christmas markets.
I know, I was in Manchester.
If you dislike... Oh, no, Manchester's not as bad, trust me.
No, I was in Manchester post Black Friday, and it was worse.
Yeah, I was there literally on Black Friday. Black Friday wasn't as bad, but the fucking Saturday... I am so glad we spent the first couple hours kind of out of town, because we got up like 10 o'clock and went to the beach. And the weather was perfect as well. I was, when it's like nippy cold, but it's still sunny outside, so you don't even feel it. And it was just walking. We would just walk to the beach, and it was nice and perfect. The beach was nice. Like it was just a low tide, so we can literally walk very far in without getting wet. Had some fish and chips. Had some moussaka. Had some good food, and then went to the museum in Edinburgh, which that museum will take some time to act. When you walk into a place and you go, well, this isn't gonna take an hour. They're like animals, like stuff, like sort of stuffed animal section alone. You can spend like a good 3 hours in there reading everything. And the whole place is huge, and I kind of want to go back just for the museum. I would literally go to Edinburgh just to go to that museum again. Because they have like a full-on like interactive section and everything. It's really good. I recommend it to anyone who goes to Edinburgh to go to the museum, the big one. And you won't even have to pay money to get in, compared to the castle where you have to pay like 15 to 20 pounds, depending, to actually go inside the castle and just look at the castle. But Edinburgh was Sacred 2 Gold is $2.79.
Yeah, the game has actually running fucking multiplayer. We might not be able to play it. I've been trying to get it to run in multiplayer for fucking years. I couldn't.
Shame.
Oh yeah, it is a shame. The game is actually pretty fucking good.
I might get it because it's only $2.79, because I love the original.
You might get, and it does, Grim Dawn.
Oh yeah, I saw Grim Dawn somewhere.
Yes, you should get Grim Dawn.
Grim Dawn. Wait, which one?
All of them.
But that's like 20 to 30 pounds there. Oh, no, sorry, I'm looking at Grim Fandango as well.
The definitive edition on Steam is 24 quid. Features everything.
Grim Dawn. That's like isometric. That's like kind of like Diablo. It's basically Diablo, isn't it? Like controller-wise. Kinda.
Wait, what?
Grim Dawn. It looks like the Diablos. It's the same perspective, and you got the bars at the bottom with the life and the mana.
Yeah, and it's much fucking better.
No, that's not. It's not a very high bar to pass, to be honest.
Well, no, it actually is, because Diablo is still one of the most iconic games.
Yeah, 2 especially. But yeah, for those who haven't played any of the Sacred games, play the Sacred games. They're really good.
No, don't play the Sacred games. Abuse the Sacred games.
Yeah.
Be like me.
Be like Kivo. Get the dwarf and just one-shot dragons with the cannon spike. How does he do that? No one knows. Even he doesn't know half the time.
I know how I do it, because I fucking played the game for fucking years. Remember?
Original Sacred and both. And 2 has some of the most impressive particle systems I think I've seen, considering the game is like, what? 10 years old at this point.
Sacred 2 has one of the best graphics.
Just the one graphics, no more than one graphics.
All of them, except that I don't think they even patched out the fucking water issue, the quest that I fucking told you how to pass because you guys would have never known.
I would have never known. Oh, I need to log in. Okay, I'll sort that out in a bit. Because I'm going to get Sacred 2 because it's like $279. Anyway. Yeah, my week has just been mishap after mishap. Not counting Edinburgh, it's literally been, oh, this broke. Hello, yes, they fixed it. Okay, this broke. Okay, they fixed it. And now the boiler is acting up. And just before we started, I was like, I think I got it to work. And then just went, I was like, yep, nope. Switch it back off. Switch the gas off. I will just use it. No, they haven't fixed it. I've just got an electric heater right next to me right now, like heating up the whole room. So should be nice and dandy and nice and fine until tomorrow, which then I'm going to go get some keys and just drain the system and repressurize it. It takes 2 minutes.
Get all of the keys.
I get the keys. Apart from that, care to get into the news, good sir?
Yeah, well, sure. Yeah, there's not much news going on.
I mean, there's some. There's some news. I mean, yeah, it's not a lot, but there's some of it. One of them, which is one of my favorite bits of news from this week, because it genuinely made me laugh out loud. You know the Charlie's Angel film?
Oh, yeah, I know.
You know that incredible video that you sent me?
Yeah, by the drunk Scottish man doing a review. It was the best thing ever.
So,
I'm sorry. I'm actually sorry about making a horrendous Scottish accent. I'm really sorry.
Even I can't do a Scottish accent. So, anyway, what I'm saying is, men are being blamed for the movie's failure.
Yeah, I know. Oh yeah, I know. That one I know. See, I fucking love the way that they make the story, because this is the same issue with Star Wars. See, people stuck still in the fucking Stone Age of telling stories and building characters, building in such a way that it's like you alienate everything and everyone at the same fucking time, and it's just one group's fault. Because first of all, a man would not go and watch a movie for 90 minutes and give their money for someone just fucking berating them the whole time. Women would not go because, literally, if they're not even fucking Mary Sue's, this shit's fucking unattainable. Mm-hmm. This is like, they're perfect. This is like, they have no flaws, nothing. They're just the best thing around. Oh, look, this is a super sexy scientist that's also really fucking smart and is also capable, and she touches something, she's a fucking savant.
And all of a sudden, she can do karate.
Just why not? I was sitting there going like, fucking Neo, who was the one, was not.
Yeah, but Neo had flaws. Yeah, he was always not sure of himself, and he was like confused as to what his actual purpose is. Well, these three are literally just without call.
See,
but it's not even that. It's when you advertise a film as. Remember when Wonder Woman came out and they were lambasting it as being like sexist propaganda, when in reality it was the furthest thing away from it.
And that's because they haven't watched it. Now, no. Do you want me to tell you what the shittiest thing is? This is by far the biggest financial sink this year. This is such a fucking
Sony.
For everyone.
It's for everyone?
No one gets close to this one.
Let's see. Biggest financial movie flop 2019.
This year.
So far. 13 of the biggest box office flops for 2019 so far. Let's see.
You have Men in Black. You have this movie in there, so 100%. You have Terminator there. But I think that this one takes the cake, because I think it only opened to 8 million worldwide with a budget of 80. Some fucking dismal fucking numbers.
Jesus.
Like,
okay.
It's just like, so, and you put it like this, it's not just men's fault because you build people like fucking idiots, and you can't just please don't watch that movie.
Okay, on this list, on this horrible website, Christ. Bomb Report. Sorry, fucking website, oh Jesus. Right. So far, it's I'm gonna name movies that we know of because some of these I've never even heard of. Anna.
Never watched it.
Yeah.
Don't care
Cold
about it.
Pursuit with Liam Neeson
Oh,
himself.
yeah, I know about this one. I didn't go and see it.
Dark Phoenix.
Oh yeah, that one was a
Gemini
financial thing.
Man.
Yeah, that's also
Hellboy.
financials. Yeah, Hellboy was
Long
also good.
Shot.
No, that one I don't remember.
It's the one where Seth Rogen sleeps with Charlize Theron.
Don't care. Continue. You said
Replicas.
that one sounds familiar.
Keanu.
Don't remember.
Terminator.
Yeah, that I already said that one.
The Kid Who Would Be King.
No, that was out, really?
Yeah, that came out, and apparently it wasn't. My friend Vito, he went to see it, and he was like, "You know what? It was the perfect kids film. Like, it wasn't bad at all." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
I mean, it's a kids movie, so you kind of have to judge it by the
Yeah.
fact that you have to bring kids for it, so it's gonna be a different time slot. So there's not many people that actually go to movies that are gonna see it unless they're with their kids. Because yeah, we'll continue.
Yep. Sorry. This is why these films bombed at the box office. I just five biggest. Okay, there we go. The first website that I clicked pretty much just said you have to disable ad blocker to be here. I'm like, okay, good for you. I'm bad. I'm out. And oh, not right. Serenity is on there with Matthew McConaughey and Anne Hathaway.
Don't remember that one.
The new Shaft.
Wait, is this year? Because this sounds last year.
Shaft, the third film. No, it came out this year, 2019. Yeah, Replicas,
Wow.
Dark Phoenix, Hellboy. So far, this is from like June. For fuck's sake.
Well, it's June.
Can I just get a current
just
article
like
for
Charlie's-
God's sake?
Fuck that.
No, I've got an article prepped for Charlie's Angels anyway. But superhero reboots almost always score. Why didn't Charlie's Angels?
Okay.
That's the title of the thing. I'm like, well, yeah, it's not a superhero reboot. Derp.
Okay, so
So,
but still in its run, Oscar bumps notwithstanding, 90,000 domestic, 14 overseas. Wait, what? Weekend box office by Forbes. Let's see now. Yeah, whatever.
what I'm saying about Charlie's Angels is, and can't remember who was selling this to, because they said, well, if it wasn't marketed great either. I'm like, yeah, when you market a film saying this film isn't for men, so men shouldn't see it, and then men obviously
domestically it made 16 million or shy of 17, and internationally it did 34 shy of 35. In total of almost 51 and a half almost.
Jesus Christ. What I was saying was, if you market a film by
I'm sorry, that's really bad.
alienating somebody straight away, they're not gonna go see it. Don't blame that person for alienating them. It's the dumbest thing you can do.
It did fucking 10 million barely in China.
Of all places, yeah.
Oh, that's so bad.
And
sorry.
then don't go ahead saying it's men's fault for the movie flopping when you literally said men shouldn't see this film. It's not even about that anymore. It's just pointing fingers at something. Even women didn't go see. Nobody went to see this film because it was marketed poorly.
Because it's a bad movie. Everybody knew it's a bad movie. You need to remember, it's a bad movie.
Yep.
It doesn't matter what.
And it's also the whole notion of. I was saying this about films in general. It doesn't matter if it's an all male cast, or an all female cast, or an all trans cast, or an all gay cast. It doesn't matter what the cast is. If the story is good, people will go see the movie. If the story is bad and everything else surrounding the story is bad, nobody will go see the movie. It's pretty simple.
Do you know what was the turnout of this movie?
The turnout, yes.
Yeah. So, you make a movie that is a box office failure, and obviously the next step in your career is being rewarded to do a big blockbuster movie. Because apparently Elizabeth Banks is going to do a new Monster Universe by Universal movie. That's not gonna follow the one. Yeah, I mean, she has it so fucking hard. she's one of the fucking Hollywood elites that acts and fucking makes movies and makes fucking millions, but apparently she demands all of our money because apparently she doesn't have enough. Fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
I remember Vesco was like, this. I mean, it was like, this might be good for the life. I was like, no, this is not gonna be good. Like, come on, because like I sent you the guy, he was completely fucking spot on. You can't have people just like, oh, she's obviously gigantor over here. She's all business and no play, but the other one that has the short hair, obviously she's all play and no business. And like that's the whole fucking character traits. Congratulations, I can write that when I'm fucking half drunk at the age of fucking 14. What the fuck is this?
I'm gonna leave the video you sent me in the description because it's quite well put together. You know,
he actually has some really good content.
No, he makes fun of the whole thing, and he sounds like a dick half the time. But then you listen to what do you know what? It reminded me a lot of Filthy Frank because it's very crass and very over the top. But at the same time, you're like, oh, he's actually right. It's not
But he is kind of right.
He's 100% right.
I don't particularly enjoy his opinion on the new Predator movie, but he has some points that were valid. I just don't think that it was as bad as people made it out to because people expected one thing and got a completely different thing.
Yeah.
I still feel that the movie was fine for what it was. It was much better. Then again,
very silly.
This week I'm gonna go and watch Knives Out and fucking bitch and moan about Kentucky Fried. NCIS Kentucky because fried chicken.
I want to go see Knives Out as well.
I don't. I honestly don't. But there's nothing else good to watch.
It's getting pretty good reviews. They're saying it's a pretty good whodunit.
I just want to make fun of Daniel Craig's accent.
That's what I want to do as well. that's why I'm mainly going.
I smell foul play.
Foul play. But
you're not
also, Titan season episode 13 is out. It's the last episode of the season.
I haven't seen it. I stopped it. Like I haven't checked any fucking TV series. I barely fucking sat down and watched the movie for today. It's a good movie though, isn't it?
I was actually very surprised. Yes. Anyway, two more quick things. Godzilla vs. Kong is pushed to next year, 2020 November. Good. I want to watch it, but I don't know why.
I don't, because the last fucking Godzilla movie was a complete fucking
but you get to see King Kong punch him. He's gonna punch him back. You know that they're gonna go back on that fucking eco-terrorist shit. Yep, most likely. It's gonna be some dumb convoluted human plot in the middle, which is the dumbest thing ever.
Well, yeah.
Anyway, let's get onto the Stadia because this is some of the funniest shit I've ever listened to or read about.
Did you see the fucking commercial that they released?
No, is it bad? Send me the commercial. I'll play it on the screen, but I'll play it tiny so we don't get stricken.
Oh no! Oh no! You're searching for that one on your own. I refuse to get anything.
Okay, is it on YouTube?
Of course it's on fucking YouTube. Okay. YouTube's owned by Google.
Oh, that's a good point. Google.
Oh no!
Stadia ad. Which one is it? Is it the official launch trailer?
Not the launch trailer. It's an official ad. They're basically playing almost like every second video I get about it. And it's basically when he goes in the shop. He's talking to one of the Stadia experts. Oh no! Oh no! No.
Oh jeez! Oh Christ! No, I'm not playing this. No, this doesn't deserve to go up on the screen. Jesus fucking Christ! No. It looks. You know what it looks like? It looks like the Nintendo and Sega ads from the '90s.
Do you know what the worst thing is?
What?
They continue to push that false narrative that everything plays in 4K, 4K 60 FPS, which is not true.
Not true because Destiny's 1080p upscaled as well.
Well, okay. Yeah, I would have excused it if they didn't announce the Destiny as a launch one title, because if they had to push one of their supposedly titles that they're gonna push later after release, that I at least expected, because it would make sense, like it wouldn't be ready. But this was fucking announced as a launch title.
Yep. Do you know what's another hilarious thing?
That you can only play on Destiny Stadia with other Stadia users.
Yes. Or the fact that the Ultra Chromecasts that come to run the system
They overheat.
overheat, and
I want.
the only
I
way to
want.
get it to work is to open the box up, open the unit that holds the you've seen a Chromecast, right? You know that
I
it's a
think
little
so.
basically. I've got one here, but it's not the Ultra. It's just the basic one. Imagine a
Right.
cookie. It's about the size of a cookie, and it's that shape, and it's got just a cable sticking out of it that you just stick into the TV. That's it. So people are saying that the only way to keep it cool is to not have it near a wall so the heat doesn't bounce back. Or if it is near a wall, you take it apart, so take off the paneling and slap an extra couple of heat sinks on it.
Design, boys. Design.
Design. Also, not only are Chromecasts overheating and fucking up people's systems or their games, some Chromecasts don't even start. There's a video somewhere that I can't even find now where somebody's playing Samurai Showdown, and halfway through the game just goes and it just sends them to the browser screen.
Hmm.
Or the
Well,
other one where you know how you have a Chromecast and how you have a Stadia connected to the Chromecast.
yeah,
There's only one way to activate the Stadia. There's no other way. It's through a Pixel phone.
I know.
So, say you and I, who have iPhones, if we bought Stadias, we wouldn't be able to play those Stadias because we don't have Pixels to activate them with.
And that's why I refuse to say that this is a good thing. I've always been against the fucking the notion of Stadia, and that's why
That's why we've been spitting at it since the news came out. That's why we've been going.
I just want to point. If you want to waste your money or something, Game Boy, Xbox Game Pass was just better deal.
It's a $5 a month. It's basically Spotify for video games.
It's the best you can ever get at this point.
Yep. If you just want to rent the games and get one free every month, just get the Game Pass, and you will be. It works on PC. Yep.
You don't have to pay a fucking monthly fee for the privilege of using it. Then paying full fucking price
for the games.
Also,
older games. But yeah, the Chromecasts are overheating. The Stadia is falling apart. It's just the funniest thing to me is literally the Pixel one. Like, you want to play the games on the Stadia that you bought, well, you got to buy a Pixel too. It's like, but let's say, like, I have iPhone. I paid £1,000 for iPhone. I wish to. Nope. You pay more for Pixel now. You buy Pixel as well.
I wouldn't fucking get that shit even they offer that for free.
But but why would they make it like that? Why push a worldwide system with currently 170,000 as far as I know that have bought it?
Why not?
A good chunk of those people aren't going to be able to play it because they don't have the Pixel phone.
Why did they fucking try and do another Facebook when people were never gonna fucking use it? It's just, why not? Just don't ask questions.
Why do they keep fucking up the YouTube algorithm? Yeah.
Because they want to make it PC so they can push for more ads.
Because robots.
And no one fucking gives a shit about it anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, the fuck did you expect?
And the fact that a Stadia is horribly unstable. Or, one of my favorite ones ever, people who live next or close to Google servers and say, obviously all the servers are in a massive server bay with the servers being next to each other. Somebody was reading reports that people were playing and they were both connecting to the same servers, but to different nodes within the server farm. And there was visible lag between the two people, even though they were going to the same place.
I'm okay with that one.
No, but it's not even that. They cannot advertise things as them being perfect when the infrastructure around the world isn't ready for 4K 60 FPS streaming. It's just not the way it works.
Well, then again, what the fuck did you expect in a country where they mistake the Bulgarian president for the Belgian one?
Oh, that tickled me so much. It was one of them. And even during the basically, the Bulgarian prime minister went to The States.
Suck Donald Trump's cock.
To suckle on Donald's balls, his orange balls, and
Because Donald grabbed him by the pussy.
Donald grabbed him by the pussy. Yeah, I just grabbed him by the pussy. And they had a little, get together, a little conference going on, and there was obviously a lot of reporters, and they were asking questions. And as they're asking questions, the camera pulls out, bearing in mind Bulgaria and the Bulgarian Prime Minister. Those words have been mentioned many times. The camera pulls out, and the news ticker obviously comes up on the screen, and it says, Prime Minister of Belgium.
See,
visits the White House.
See, the funny thing is, because I sent it to a couple of my American friends, and they're like, okay. And I'm like, okay, listen, I understand. They don't know who this person is. And that's fair. They don't care about politics. That's fair. But here's the funny thing. It's a news agency. Your fucking job is to get shit right for once in your entire life. Get it right.
But it's not even that, dude. It's people
I
going.
don't know.
It's the words Bulgaria and Bulgarian getting mentioned during the conference several times before the ticker even comes up. If you literally Google Prime Minister of Belgium visits White House, that's what comes up. 1 sec. I'm just gonna put this up on the screen. This is fucking great.
Yeah, I don't understand how the fuck did you mistake that fucking Mongoloid, the Prime Minister of Bulgaria, with someone that at least has some fucking factor in the world, like the Prime Minister of Belgium.
Some decency, yeah.
I mean, that's, I don't know, it depends on the people who look at it, but sure, let's go with decency. Then again, this is Boyko, so the mutt on the streets has more decency than him.
There we go. We're on the screen now, boys.
Oh, do you remember Nikki?
Yeah, our very, very patriotic friend.
Very politically active. Wasn't he a fucking Boyko fan for a long time?
No, he wasn't. He was one of those that kept saying that Boyko fucked everything up.
I mean, he was kind of right, but I think he's also a Slavi fan. And
that's why he wasn't a Boyko fan, because Slavi was never his fan. But yeah, there we go. That's on the screen right now. The Prime Minister of Belgium on the left, who is not the Prime Minister of Belgium. He's the Bulgarian Prime Minister, but...
he hates Boyko, but he likes Slavi. This is the fucking...
It's hyperbole and a half, isn't it?
This is... I don't know if it's delusion or just fucking ignorance at this point.
It's ignorance. I tried to tell him I tried telling him many a times it's ignorance, but he never listens. So go figure.
Yeah, that's kind of how everything goes. I remember during the supposed riots, and I'm really fucking...
the protests in Bulgaria.
Actually, even a bit more than protests, but yeah.
Where people, if you're given the bigger meatball, that's when you go to the protest and pretend to protest, yeah.
So I remember, because I used to talk to a lot of people, because they were like, oh, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? I was like, but if we change things, you might come back. I was like, yeah, no. Why? I was like, because you fucking idiots. They were like, and they were like, what the fuck do you mean? It's like, you ask for a change. Yeah.
What do you want?
What the fuck is that a change? No. What the fuck is that change? Oh, we have to change everything. You see where the problem is? They're like, no, we need to change everything. So you're trying to tell me that you're trying to change shit. You have no plan, no fucking idea what to do, and no idea where to start from. Oh, okay. Oh, let's start with the roads. So let's do better roads so we have better transportation. Okay. So how are you gonna do this? And it's just fucking blank stares. I'm like, see?
So doesn't this sort of remind you of something else that's currently going on? It's been going on for the last 3 years.
Oh, 3 years. No, it stopped. It's just,
Brexit? Brexit hasn't stopped.
I know.
I'm talking about uninformed opinions and people screaming at the wind expecting change.
And every time I was trying to fucking talk to them and explain them that it doesn't work.
It's not the way it works. Yeah. Screaming at the void isn't the way national problems are fixed. It's not.
You say you want change. Okay, let's start from somewhere. You say if you want better roads and start from there. Okay, good. Draw me a
Tell me how you're gonna get the money to get the roads better.
Yeah. Tell me where you're gonna get the funding, how much is going to cost you, what fucking time is gonna take, and which fucking company you're going to hire to do that. Oh no, we're gonna get the public. We don't have a fucking public for that one.
Yeah,
We have to
not a
go
public
private.
state where
No. The idea is because they usually auction days once. So
Yeah.
the highest bidder gets the contract from the country. So the country pays the bidder itself to do the fucking work. So whatever. That doesn't matter. So it's like, so which company are going to contract the one that wins? Okay, sure. How the fuck are you gonna enforce that they're going to do everything that they said they're going to do? Yeah, that's what I
and
found.
then
That's what I found.
I had this a friend of mine. He was at a protest, and I was just in town that day, just because it was summertime, 2011. Because I came home for a bit, and I was walking through town to get. I think I was just going out for a drink with some friends, and I saw him like in town square, like screaming. I'm like, Chris, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm protesting. I'm like, well, what? I want change. The young people are going to change this country. I'm like, what are you going to do? What is it you don't like? I don't like anything. Well,
He's
what are
gonna
you...
cruise down in his 6'4", jacking the
Cruising down
bitches.
streets in my 6'4". I'm like, what are you going to do? Tell me. I want you to tell me what you are going to do.
Yeah,
It's like,
same
oh
shit,
no,
man.
I'm just protesting because I want the change, but we're going to get people in parliament that are going to change. I'm like, that's not the way it works. No, but no, we're going to change it. And it's like, you can't even argue with them anymore. Because it's...
Yeah, I know.
Because you're trying to be like as rational as possible. Going right, you realize that money has to come from somewhere, and you have to find funding, and you have to speak to the EU, and the process is long and arduous, and isn't going to happen overnight. So, oh, we're going to make a change. I'm like, clearly you're not listening to me anymore. I'm just going to walk away and go have a drink. Fuck you.
I fucking gave up.
Yep,
It's
I've
just-
made this analogy before, and I'll make it again. It's like arguing with a vegan, but like like a hysterical vegan, not like a normal person that just doesn't want to eat animal products. Anyway, last week
Yeah, I gave you a really good movie.
you
by
gave
Nacho
me
Vigalondo.
a film because we watched a Nacho Vigalondo film last week. We watched Colossal. So
A
you
movie
gave
I
me.
don't like. movie,
I
actually.
like it because it's a decently original film and it tackles things that a lot of films don't bother tackling properly.
And I gave you a movie that I actually like.
So you gave me Timecrimes,
Yes.
which is a movie, for those who haven't seen, which clearly involves time travel, and that we are going to spoil the ever-living fuck out of.
Okay, so the issue with those type of movies is like you can't really talk without.
You
spoiling
can't
it.
talk
But-
without the spoilers because there's a lot of twists and turns.
But
and
here is the good part.
Go on.
It's done actually really well.
Yes.
It's not like the best one I've ever seen, but it's really well made, and that's what that sets it apart, in my opinion, than many others.
and
'Cause
it's
it treats the fucking
also incredibly funny.
Kinda. I mean, if you're into Spanish fucking humor, because I'm not particularly.
No, it's that type of awkward humor which you can relate to because that's your life. Anyway, what I'm saying is, there's also a sequential version, or well, not sequential, but there's a straightforward version of the film where you can watch it in the proper sequence and not out of sequence like this film is. It's like there's a cut of Memento where it's like Memento from start to finish and not from finish to start. Anyway, this movie stars our friend Hector,
Hector
who from
numero
the
uno.
who ¿Qué? Número 3. Hector 3.
¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué pasa,
¿Qué?
Hector?
¿Qué pasa, Hector? Anyway, Hector is from the very first shot of the film. We straight away know this man is a fucking idiot.
Well, yeah, this is pretty much obvious.
It is the moment because the first 5 minutes they're trying to play as the super sinister thing, and there's this dolly shot of a bunch of stuff falling on the road. It's all falling on the road. I'm like, oh my god, it's an IKEA table. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. And then the camera pans up, and it's him in his driveway, still driving with his trunk open, and everything's just falling out the trunk. So yeah, shot number 1. This man is a fucking idiot, straight away.
This matters. This actually matters.
Yes,
Imagine.
it does matter later on. But so he's moved into this new house with his wife, and he says, "Oh, I'm gonna go lay down." Obviously, goes, lays down, comes back out. He gets
Cruising down in his 6'4".
in the 6'4". He gets a weird phone call. He picks up the phone. There's nobody on the phone apart from a sigh, and then the phone shuts. Typical, like, horror movie start premise, sort of. You know, oh, somebody's calling me. I don't know who's calling me. I'm new in this house, so I'm gonna get
I mean,
killed.
you don't want to thought that someone's calling his wife because she was getting stalked. That was my first thought about it. I was like,
Yeah, that might be a thing. Also, there's a lot of tits in this film, I have to say.
well, it's Spanish.
Yeah.
The Spanish movie making is a lot based on visuals. A lot of visuals are really key and important. Also, they don't fucking shy away from nudity,
Yes,
which I
that's
personally enjoy because
it's part of
it's fresh.
It's a human thing. People get naked.
No, that's not the thing. It's fresh in a sense.
In a sense,
when you look at long time at American movies, it's just at
it's
some
all
point
very
that
clean and desensitized,
and some of the movies are just they almost follow a flow chart, and this just kind of breaks the mold for me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well,
yeah, this one breaks a few molds, which I really appreciate. But it also reminded me of Source Code a little bit.
That fucking movie.
No, you know what I mean? By at the start, he's very confused in what's going on, and by the end, he's like in control, and he's, you know.
I think in the end he was still fucking confused because he still wasn't sure what the fuck was going on.
Yeah,
because
that's a really good point. And he's all messed up and like bloody and blue. Anyway, so he gets the phone call. The wife comes in. He fucks the wife, or they fuck, I should say. And then after that, also this man is clearly lost control of his life. Because all he's done for the first 10 minutes of this film is complain, try to go to bed, and put up with his wife. Like, he is clearly fed up with everything. He is an absolute idiot. Like, there's no... Christ, what are you doing there?
I just opened the door.
It's like you push a rocking chair through a squeaking door. What's going on?
Kinda.
So he's an absolute mongoloid. He's an idiot, and he's just a schlub. I think schlub is the perfect way to describe him. He's just like schlubby.
He's a muppet.
Yes, he's a bit of a muppet, and he then. While his wife is still running around, she's putting the table together. She's, cleaning the garden. She's gonna clean the kitchen. She offers him to cook. While he's just sat there in his garden with his binoculars. So then his wife leaves to the store, and he's just on the porch or on the front lawn or back lawn, whichever lawn it is, and he's got the binoculars out. He's got the binocs.
Actually, that's the thing. That reminds me of a very, very old Spanish comedy series that was running on GTV about fucking noisy neighbors. I think it was called.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think that's the whole shtick with the binoculars because I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know anybody who just stares out of binoculars into the bushes in the spare time.
Exactly. I've only seen that in Spanish one, and I'm not sure that this is a real thing. But it just fucking feels like it because
it's a thing place. At the end of the day, yeah.
Yeah, let's go with that one.
Yeah.
I don't hate it. It's just
always don't hate it either. So so he does the thing that he does, and all of a sudden he sees a girl in the bushes wearing mind you, a Schrodinger's cat T-shirt. If you didn't notice, it's
virtue signaling was that.
And she's being all sensual, and then she starts taking her top off, and then he gets distracted by his wife before she leaves. So then obviously he moves the chair, and he's like looking for the girl again. And then he sees her clothes sort of in the bush. He's like, oh, I gotta go find this girl. Then she might be in trouble. He walks out on the main road. There's a car that's smacked a tree. There's a van further down. There's a bin that's been knocked over. He's like, interesting. He carries on walking, passes this fence. Speaking of passing fences, I rewatched The Endless last night.
Oh, nice.
It's a good show. That movie's on second viewing.
It's better than before.
It's even better because you notice all the signals before they even happen. Because we were watching it with Desi, and she's like, like 20, like, you know, like half an hour in where the first paranormal stuff starts happening, she's like, the fuck is this movie about? I'm like, just you wait. It gets so much better. Just you wait.
Yeah, you should have just said this is a college movie.
No, that's what I said. I'm like, we watched it for the podcast ages ago, and I was genuinely surprised by it. She's like, oh, okay, let's watch it. And by the end, she was like, so who's in which loop? I'm like, this person is in that loop, but we're not sure if they're in a loop. Anyway, so he ends up fighting the girl stark naked, starkers naked, fully naked, resting against a rock, breathing still. So she's alive. We know that much. And as she is, as he tries to like get her attention to wake her up, a man wrapped in pink bandages.
Sorry, the best Darkman cosplayer I've seen in my entire life.
To be fair, that I've got the poster up on the screen. That's a pretty good visual. Like, he looks pretty cool, considering he's just the same idiot, but in pink. And we'll say why it's pink in a bit. But so he stabs him in the arm with scissors. With a pair of scissors. And he stabs him in the arm. Therefore, our man freaks out. He runs away. And while the pink bandage man chases him around, he ends up fighting him. At this point, like, it's going dark outside because he's been out for a while. He finds this other house that's close to his, I guess. Breaks in because there's no other way to get in. He then finds a walkie-talkie while he's in a weird laboratory. Also, while he's in that house, there's a drawing on the wall of a curvy arrow with two X's next to it. And then he goes, the person on the walkie-talkie is telling me to go up to the silo while the madman is chasing me. Oh, he's coming up in a car. Shit, I have to get to the silo. He gets in the silo. And the man in the silo, that's Nacho Vigalondo, by the way. That's the director of the film. And he plays the scientist. And he's like, okay.
To be fair, this movie is really fucking low budget. I think this was among his first bigger movies.
But it's quite well made because you can clearly tell it's been shot on film. But it's it's a Super 16 format, and it's on one of the original RE film cameras.
Let me explain like this. You remember? I'll go back to rough Eons of Ruin.
Yes.
See, people with limitations figure out very interesting
ways. Yes.
The same thing happened in Dusk, because if you remember the Escher Labs.
Yep.
There is actually a lengthy forum post where Adam Oshry, I think it was, or Zimansky, I think it was Zimansky, that went on to explanation as to how the Escher Labs were created, and how he was like, I have an idea how to do half the episode, but
not the rest.
It was like, it gets to the Escher Lab, it was like, but then I figured out it's going to be boring to go through the same, just blocky lab spaces and corridors, so it's like, so I'm going to turn this into a non-Euclidean nightmare. By God, was he fucking good at it.
So the scientist man says, how did you, doesn't matter how you got here, just get inside this tub and I will close the tub and we will both hide in the tub. So he just shuts him in the tub, doesn't get in with him. Afterwards, he gets out the tub. It is now bright outside. And the scientist man, he says, you've traveled through time. You don't believe me? Look over there. And he sees himself once again.
No, actually, he looks himself over there, and because the scientist guy doesn't believe him, he's like, fuck did you come from? And
yes. He's like, who are you? Wait, what?
And he was like, oh, do you meet me? When did we meet? I don't remember any of this. So he sees himself at the beginning of the movie.
He basically sees himself coming into the house with a table and speaking to his wife. And
literally at the beginning of the movie. Then he just falls down on his knees.
He's very confused. He's very shattered even.
And then sciencey guy, he looks at him, just also falls down, and he's like, oh, it actually worked. You're like, oh, fuck. That moment, it fucking hit me. Because up until this point, you
oh my God, that's why he says it actually worked. He doesn't say it because the machine worked.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Anyway, so he's like, come with me to this house. Come with me to the house. And they go to the house. And he's like,
Oh, but we forgot the funniest thing ever when the guy turns around and because he's watching him with the binoculars.
Yeah. Oh, and he
he
turns
just
around with no binoculars. He's like,
yeah, no, with the hand binoculars.
yeah.
Like,
You know what
at
that
the
reminded
time,
me of? Reminded me of that film. There's a film with Charlie Sheen and is it Emilio Estevez, where he does it, but he's got like a pair of he's looking through a pair of toilet rolls. He's holding them as binoculars.
kinda, and it's kind of funny.
Yes.
That was just genuinely funny. Liked it. It was good.
But then he's like, you've traveled through time. What we're gonna do now, can't figure out the best way, but we're gonna get your doppelganger to get to here, because clearly we've been here before. So we're gonna get your doppelganger to get here, and we're gonna put him in the tub. And the moment we do, that's you and him. You know, you and him, you're gonna match up, and you can just carry on with your life while he's, you know, in the tub. It's like, oh, okay, well, we can do that. Don't be an idiot. Don't contact yourself. Don't do this. Don't do that. I'm like, do you remember doing this morning? He goes, yeah, I remember it. Okay, good. Sit here and wait until night, and then we can do the thing. But obviously, because Hector is an absolute fucking idiot, he decides to escape. He gets it into a little Seat Ibiza, and he leaves the compound, not the compound, but the little installation with a silo at the top of the hill. He leaves. He then drives for a bit, and the same girl from before passes him on a bike. So he stops by the side of the road because he's very confused, because he's just seen her. He's also just seen the tipped over bin and everything. And just as he says that, a van like nicks him on the back of the car, which makes him crash his car in a tree. He then wakes up after the crash with a massive gash in his forehead. Bearing in mind, before this, when he got stabbed by the skizzers, he wrapped his arm up in a bandage. And now that being the only bandage that he has, he takes that bandage and wraps up his entire face with it. Also, the liquid inside the machine is white. So he picks up the bandage, and which is still soaked in the liquid, and the whole thing just turns pink from his blood and the white liquid. That's why the bandages were pink in the scene before.
Yeah.
I mean, there's tells because you can see the wedding ring as well. But so then the girl sees that he's crashed. She goes over to help him. She helps him out. She's like, "Oh, let me help you. I cut my neighbor's hair recently." Like an hour ago, so I'm gonna get my scissors out and I'm gonna help you, cut this bandage so it fits on your head. So that's where the scissors come in. So then he goes, clearly blinded with rage about the fact that there's another imposter, even though it's him, in his house. He says, "You're gonna help me," and he stages the girl taking her basically he's the entire first part of the film, to the point where he gets in the tub. He stages all that with the girl, and he does it so that Hector Uno follows the exact same things that he did before he time traveled for the first time. And then, obviously, Hector Uno does it, and they do the exact same chase where he chases him around. He does the binoculars thing. He tries to get him to the He tries to get him up to the silo, but then he ends up fucking around with the girl for a bit because she doesn't want to cooperate. So
I mean, to be fair,
nobody would want to cooperate.
Yeah, especially when he goes like, "Listen, you need to do this. Get naked."
Excuse me? Yeah, so then he goes and he gets a black coat from the trash heap where the bin was before. And then he gets the black coat, and he's running around in his black coat now, looking exactly like the stabber did from the previous scene. Clearly, it was him. Then he chases the girl around. They end up back at his house, the house that he's moving into with his wife. It's the middle of the night now, and the music in his room is still playing from before. So he's chasing this girl around the house. He's like, "Please, no, I want to talk to you. I don't want to hurt you. I was just doing this because it's very hard to explain." Clearly still an absolute fucking dunce. He doesn't know what he's doing at all. He then spots her on the roof. He pulls her, trying to get her off the roof, but then she falls down, twists her head at 180 degrees, only to reveal that that was his wife. And then he is completely mortified because he's just basically killed his wife because she was in the same house with him. So he goes back up. Bearing in mind, this whole time he's talking to the scientist over this walkie-talkie. That and he goes, okay, this is Hector Dos, scientist man. Hector Uno's coming to you. He goes, who? Wait, what? Who's this? And then the actions he's doing now perfectly match up with the actions that were happening at the start of the film with the same walkie-talkie, but with the first Hector. And there's a lot of weird pauses and stuff, and the pauses were because he was talking to him. Anyway, the change happens. They get to the top. And Hector Uno disappears in the tub. While Hector Dos, who is now covered in, he's an absolute mess and he's covered in bandages, is sitting out front, in front of the silo, waiting for, the scientist man to come out. As the scientist man comes out, though, of the silo, there's 4 batteries that power the machine. He grabs one battery, chucks it in the grass. And so he sits down with him. He's like, we did it. You can carry on with your life. But Hector says, no, I want to go back. I want to fix a mistake. And but then the scientist goes, no, you can't fix the mistake. You're messing with time. At this point, there's going to be 3 of you if we carry on like this. He goes, no. There won't be 3 of us. I'll stop them both before we get there. I just want to fix this mistake because, he's killed his wife. So the scientist man goes, no. He said you would do this. But before that, obviously, Hector comes to the conclusion that, wait, so we've known about...
Wait, give me a second. Continue.
I'll continue. Basically, it's not I'm making it sound convoluted. It's not convoluted at all. Hector basically finds out that there was a 3rd Hector all along that the scientist knew of. And the 3rd Hector had phoned him earlier and said that he's failed and that he fucked up. And that...
I'm here. I'm sorry.
Yes. That he fucked up, and the fact that, to not let Hector 2 get inside the tub. However, Hector number 2, which is the current Hector, gets inside the tub. Having completely undressed now and, taking the bandages off. He gets in the tub. The scientist man shuts the tub down. Then all of a sudden the tub rings. He opens it. He pops out and goes, listen to me. You won't believe this. I'm from the future. There's currently 3 of me. He's like so in control now. I was like, there's currently 3 of me. I'm going to go stop the other 2. Whatever happens, do not let Hector number 2, the one with the bandages, do not let him get in the tub. And the science man's like, what? And so he smacks him a couple of times. Like, listen, we're going to do this. How do I get out? And then obviously the whole reveal happens that he was there all along and there was always 3 of them.
Yeah, this was fucking genius because I think I rewatched it and I actually saw the hand.
Yeah, you actually see the hand. I had to rewind to see it as well.
This is some good foreshadowing.
Yes, there's a lot of really good foreshadowing in the whole film. But so they do the switcheroo, and he's like, Hector number 2 is gonna come out now. He's gonna be very confused. I want you to distract him so I can run away. He's like, he's gonna get the car. I'm gonna get this little buggy, and after that, you're gonna give me something else to drive out with because he's gonna have the car. So then he gets in the van. He gets in a big van. And he is the one that smacks the car out of the road earlier in the film, causing the crash, causing the bandages.
Thus closing the loop. So then, him being fully aware of what's going on while the scientist is just fucking confused. He's the one that's confused now. The whole thing, basically the previous scenario that we talked about with the bandaged Hector chasing the other Hector around is happening while Hector number 3 is just sat moping in the bushes because he's like, well, I just crashed my van and messed up all the chances of success. I'm fucked up. I can barely move. I'm going to phone the scientist man and tell him that I fucked up and that I'm a failure and everybody's going to find out what we did. Which is what the scientist man said that Hector number 3 did in the previous loop. Which is fucking hilarious because, like I said, it never fucking crossed Mind that
Yeah.
closed the loop.
Yes.
And now that the loop is closed, there is no getting out.
Yep. So
And he doesn't get out.
So then the girl finds him, the same girl, because she managed to run away, and he's like, okay. She's like, there's a house over there. We should go to that house, and and we can keep you safe. They go back to his house, where his wife finds him being all beat up and messed up. And one of the best lines of the whole film is just the way he delivers it. He just gets up and just goes, Dios mío. And he takes the wife because he's realized that all three of them are in the same place, and he knows what's happened before, so he's like, okay, wife, you hide in the barn. I'll be back. He goes back. He finds the girl. He puts a jacket on her, cuts her hair. He's like, you're gonna be decoy. When I say run, you go up and run to the roof while the maniac chases you around, because obviously she doesn't know the maniac is actually him. So earlier on, he gets smacked by the very same table from the start with the girl screaming. So you think, no, it was the girl that smacked him. It wasn't the girl that smacked him. It was Hector that smacked him.
Yeah.
So then the whole switcheroo happens. He tells the girl to run up to the roof. And as he does that, he goes over to his wife, grabs his wife, goes, oh, just relax. Let's go sit over here, just you and me together. And as they're laying there, looking up at the sky, he goes, don't worry, we have a few more moments before the rain comes, because it starts raining at one point in the previous loops. So then, obviously, the girl falls off the roof, twists her neck 177.5 degrees, but because he cut her hair, he ends up looking like his wife. She ends up looking like his wife, So, obviously, Hector Dos is all heartbroken, and he goes back to the silo for the loop to continue, while Hector number 3 remains with his wife. And that's how the film ends. So now we're left with the question being, is he with his wife? Because I don't think the loop for the other two is going to carry on repeating, while this guy just carries on living with his wife. Right?
Yeah. He closes the loop.
Yeah, so it's a happy it's a happy ending.
It's a bittersweet ending because there's still a fucking dead body.
Oh yeah, the body of the girl.
And it's pretty fucking easy to point out that it was him the whole time, so he's gonna take the fall for the thing he did, but he didn't do. It's the whole...
Yes. Final agridulce. Agridulce. In Spanish, that's bittersweet ending in Spanish. I don't know how to pronounce that.
Yeah. So which movie are you gonna give me for next week?
So, yeah, Timecrimes is good. Go watch Timecrimes. It's pretty good. Find it with subtitles though, because it took me a second to find the subtitles. Unless you know Spanish, then more power to you. So seeing as how we're doing Christmas films next week,
the whole month.
The whole month of December, we're doing Christmas films to celebrate the even though none of us really do Christmas much, but
Dios mío.
You're watching Lethal Weapon.
Yeah, that's fair.
The original Lethal Weapon, because yes, that is a Christmas film, and yes, the gun handling in that film is 100% realistic. But
I'm fine.
We can just get hype about Lethal Weapon and talk about one of the best buddy cop films ever made.
The best. I don't think there is ever a...
Actually, that's really the best buddy cop film ever made. I still feel like it's the best one out of the three as well.
I mean, I kind of want to see Bad Boys 3. Just binge watch all of them again.
Oh no, I'm definitely gonna go see it.
I know it might be the biggest fucking piece of shit.
I don't care. It's Bad Boys. 2 wasn't that great either, but I still watched it.
I mean, neither was 1, but it's still fucking amazing.
Yep.
Because let's be fair, Will Smith
and Martin Lawrence, and they're like,
yeah. They kind of do the whole murder. Wait, what the fuck is going on with my head? Myrtle Briggs thing.
Yeah.
But they're both black, which is kind of even funnier.
Yeah, because they really play off each other really well as well.
And yeah, and you have one really charismatic and charming individual, and one that's funny.
And one that's Martin Lawrence. Hey!
I mean, that's the funny guy.
Yeah. So yeah, that's your film for next week. You're gonna watch Lethal Weapon, because the original is set on Christmas.
Fair enough.
around the Christmas
I
times.
haven't watched them in a while. Actually.
Neither have I. I remember just watching some of the scenes on YouTube the other day and went,
I think I rewatched them like 6 months ago.
they're a good watch. To be honest, all three of them are a really good watch. Is it 4 or 3?
4. You forget the last one where it's basically with Chris Rock and the Chinese mafia.
Is that the one with Jet Li?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the one with Jet Li. Oh, I don't know.
Where he hands both their asses.
Yes.
What?
Yeah. I'm getting too old for this shit.
And Chris Rock being out of his rush hour thing, he's basically doing the same thing.
Wait, no. Chris Rock isn't. Chris Rock is not. That's a different guy.
Is it? Wow.
Yeah. It's Rush Hour. It's not Chris Rock. It's oh shit, I forget his name. I've just googled it for fuck's sake. Brett Ratner was the director of the original? Oh no.
Really?
It's Chris Tucker. Chris Tucker. And then it's Chris Rock, who was in Rush Hour Fall.
But they got to do the same shit. They're exactly the same person.
Well, not exactly, but...
I'm sorry. They both run racist remarks at Asian people. They both kind of say stupid shit.
You know, I rewatched Rush Hour 3 a couple weeks ago because it was on not IMDb. It was on Netflix. That is not. It has not aged well.
Which one? The Rush Hour? I mean, yeah.
It hasn't aged well at all. Also,
yeah, because when you pull it in the simple words, it's racist shit. It's just racist shit.
Also, Chris Tucker got chubby boy. Jesus.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, you're watching Lethal Weapon next week.
Well, what was? Wait.
What?
No, that's his credits. What was his last good movie? Oh, he was in.
Can you remember?
Oh, there's a remake of Dolomite. What?
No, not they got Dolomite. Not Dolomite.
I need a minute.
I need a minute. I'm going to go cry. Anyway, yes, you're watching Lethal Weapon next week, so we can gush a little bit about classic buddy cop films.
Yes.
Have you got anything to say, sir?
Actually, no.
Oh.
I just want to say, just stay the fuck away from Stadia. Be normal human beings.
Be a thinking human. Yep. I just need to get Vegas to work now because it stopped working the other day, and we'll render this out. Find us on the YouTubes. Find us on Spotify. Find us on Apple Podcasts. Just hashtag Voices From Behind, and we will be the first thing that pops up. Thank you for being co-host. Thank me for being host. Thank you for listening. We're watching Lethal Weapon next week. And we will see you all next week. And hear you and talk to you all next week. On the Voices From Behind podcast. Okay, I'm playing the thing now. Okay, bye. Oh, wait, no, that's the wrong thing. Shit. Oh, there we go.